This is Randy Rosetta with HubCityPreps.com with the Tiger Tracks podcast, sponsored by Southwest Bank. This is the video edition. I'm with Quaid, Ferris, and Hudson Page. We're going to talk a little bit about Odessa High, but shift gears pretty quick and talk about Odessa Permian. That's 7:30 Friday out here at Tiger Stadium. That's a pretty big game, always a big game when those two teams get together, but particularly big this year with the way the schedule and standings are right now. But first, guys, let's talk about Odessa High. I thought that was important, but you guys came out and took care of business. Tough loss the week before to Midland Legacy. Offensively, Quaid, you just heard what I asked Hudson. A guy running for 5 touchdowns does not happen very often at Frenship. Coach said the last time it did, it was a quarterback, actually, who ran for 5 touchdowns. And I don't know if that was part of the game plan going in or if it just is how the game played out. You're a quarterback, you like to throw the ball, but when your offense can grind on a team like that and you got a guy like Braden that can just batter a defense like that, how kind of relieving or how encouraging is that you guys have that in your toolbox?
Well, it's very relieving. When we were watching film, our game plan kind of was they blew some coverages against Permian and stuff like that, and maybe it was because Permian has a pretty good running back, but going into the game, we were planning on throwing the ball a lot. And I thought that we executed throwing the ball pretty good with the kids that were in, kind of getting a feel for the game. And then when we got down there and throughout the game, Braden just started wearing on the defense and the O-line, executed pretty good, so that's good.
Because that was the first game, life without Chase. Got hurt the week before, you had to kind of adjust. So that's the other part of it, is it gave you something a little bit different to do. Hudson, when you're on defense and a guy's running the ball, a big dude like Braden is, that'll wear on you a little bit physically and mentally. As you're watching from the sideline, could you kind of see their defense kind of not liking to get back up after every run?
Yeah, they were just kind of getting tired. People get tired after they get hit a lot, so when you pound the rock like that, the defense will get tired.
Braden's kind of got that almost like a linebacker mentality running the ball. You've probably had to go head-to-head with him in practice.
Yeah, I'll try to run you over for sure.
Yeah, he's not shy about it. He doesn't try to dip and go around you. He wants to bloody your nose a little bit. You guys, I think it was still fairly close in the first half. The coach said that Odessa High played really hard, which in your district that's going to happen. Second half, defensively, you guys kind of clamped down on them. What did you guys do better as the game went on?
We just really kind of shut them out. They couldn't run the ball, and they couldn't really pass it either. But we just started getting a lot of turnovers and 3-and-outs.
Since you were around last year, what did it tell you about you guys that you hadn't lost a district game in a while? You came back and played the way you did, because that loss to Midland Legacy stings, but it didn't really punch a hole in what you guys can do this year. But what did it tell you about you guys, kind of your intestinal fortitude?
I've kind of been knowing that we're a really stout defense, and I think that we've done that all season, and we're just going to continue to do it the rest.
And Quaid, your first time going through a district loss, what did you learn about? Still fairly new teammates. You've been around for a while now, but what did that tell you about you guys that you were able to bounce back?
Well, I know that this team is just like, we get hit, we go down, we get back up right immediately. We don't put up with any of that, and I think that's how we're coached and the players that lead. Just next play mentality, next game mentality. We don't really mess around with all that laziness and stuff like that. We need to go win the next game.
Which is a good segue, because this is a big one coming up. Permian's, I think I talked to a couple of your teammates. The whole Friday Night Lights thing doesn't really resonate with you guys as much because you're younger, but Odessa Permian's still got that reputation. When you read the book, you see the movie, there's that Black, the Mojo, the band playing Hawaii Five-0. They've got all that history and tradition, but you've also played really good games against them since you've been here, Hudson. This is big because they beat Midland Legacy, so they're the top dog right now, but you guys can kind of, I guess, pull even with them and kind of make it a dog race or a dog fight down the stretch. What are some things when you look at video of Permian that catch your attention, or from playing them the last few years?
Obviously, they're going to have a really great back. Number 18, Kevin Black, he's a really good back. We're going to have to stop him. Their line's pretty good. I don't know how well they throw the ball, but I know that we're going to have to stop him. And I don't really try to pay attention to all the band and all the mojo crap. I'm just going to try to focus on playing ball.
That's what an older guy's supposed to do. you know they're going to be physical. The one thing about them is their reputation is they're tough and they're physical and they're going to hit you. They're going to want to get hit. Braden would be a perfect example of what they want to do. Knowing that it's going to be a physical game, how much does that kind of get you licking your chops a little bit?
You know, it's exciting because not every team just tries to run through you and they kind of shy away, and it'll be fun to go against a team that really wants to hit.
I'm trying to think of who Bushland's version of Permian would have been up there that you played. Somebody who's just been around forever and has created a bunch of tradition. But you've been in games like this.
Yes, sir.
As you get ready for this, and what I just said, especially because they're going to want to hit you. You're the guy that is kind of in their crosshairs. How much does that get you kind of motivated for what you need to do?
I feel like I've had a target on my chest all year about getting hit, but I really don't care if I get hit. It's just I'm gonna play the game of the year on Friday for us to win, and I don't care how much I get hit. I'll just get back up and go to the next play, and we'll win with the kids that we have out there on the field.
Yeah, part of the Frenship quarterback job description is I'm going to be a target. I'm going to have people wanting to knock my head off.
Sorry, I kind of like it.
The other night, or Midland Legacy, you changed things up a little bit. I haven't talked to you since then. You showed some of those wheels that you told me about this summer that've been a little bit limited because of the knee brace, not necessarily the knee itself, but running with the brace. That's something that adds something to you guys' offense a little bit. What does that wrinkle do for you guys?
The defense just has to plan. We have another dude blocking if I run the ball. And it wasn't necessarily a design run, but I just saw grass and I started running. So I just did my job to get the team to score a touchdown so we can get the defense to lead so they can shut out the other team.
A little bit like Forrest Gump, too. I didn't know if you were going to stop. You just kept going.
Yeah. I didn't really know what to do. I hadn't scored a rushing TD all year.
Was that your first one?
Yeah.
That was your first one.
That
Okay.
was my first one, yeah.
You hate losing Chase for a lot of reasons. But, and I said this to a couple of your other guys last week, if there's a silver lining, if you can use that, the fact that all of these receivers kind of started working with you at the same time, now these other guys, Graham Stevens, the two Archie guys, those guys are all kind of on even footing with you in terms of you guys being comfortable with each other. How much do you have to kind of use that as an advantage now?
Well, me and the receivers had a meeting the other day. It was just, why not us? We obviously don't have our explosiveness anymore, but if we have to throw screens down the field or just dink and dunk down the field or throwing up to Maddox, he's a big kid, he can go get it. And them just having confidence in themselves. I believe in them, and I think we can get it done.
Hudson, when you face a team that's lost a stud, a generational player like Chase, in your defense, do you have to kind of think differently because now going into a game if he's there, that's the guy we got to stop. Now facing your defense would be a little bit harder because they've got so many guys. How do you kind of adjust your thinking if you're a defense against you?
I think they're going to try to spread it out more because we're not going to have that main guy to throw it to or the main guy to run it to. They're going to have to spread it out and make some other plans.
Talking to your guys last week, one thing I thought was really cool in the Midland Legacy game is Chase gets hurt. The defense could have just fallen flat. But you guys actually played better after that. Is that because of guys like you, some of the older guys are like, no, that's not going to affect us. We're going to make sure we do our part here?
Well, yeah, because he got hurt, so we had to step up even more than we were playing good. So we had to step up even better.
Knowing that those guys did that, how much does that fire you up to see your defense kind of take up some? Because the offense scuffled a little bit when Chase was out. You had to adjust. You found it, but knowing your defense is ready to kind of take it up like that.
Yeah, we had some kids that came in and on offense, and I thought that they played hard and played to their best abilities, but defense definitely stepped up, and they knew that they kind of had to have our backs there for a little bit, and I thought they did a great job of that.
One other element, I guess, to this week is it's most likely, I guess there's a possibility you guys could play at home in the playoffs, but this may be the last time you get to walk out on that field, Hudson. Is that, you think about that, or does that kind of tug at your heartstrings a little bit?
Yeah. I was trying not to think about it because
you've been out here. How many games would you say you've been to starting when you were a little kid?
Probably 40.
You've been here with Grayson and with
Yeah.
yourself. Your senior year as well, it's a little bit different for you because you haven't been here, but how much do you kind of want to make sure these guys that have been here all this time are able to walk off that field feeling good?
Yeah, I just want to play for them, and whatever I have to do to win the game and get us another home game, that's just what I need to do.
You're good at this because that's another good segue. Offensively, what do you guys have to do against Permian?
Score the ball,
It
and
would help, wouldn't it?
yeah, score the ball. I think we just I need to be efficient, like pre-snap, knowing what they're doing on defense and communicating. Make sure everybody's on the same page, and then they're going to get us up front. Sometimes they have a lot of nasty blitzes and they bring a lot of pressure, but we just got to get back up and play the next play, and then I know the defense is going to go stop them. So.
Same thing for you. You mentioned their running back, but if you bottle him up, they've got other guys. What are some keys against them?
If they're not going to hand it off and run zone or zone cut, they're going to start doing the option, or they're going to do screen passes, and I don't know, really.
Coach said they're a little bit different this year. It's not as much just straight up option, that they've added some wrinkles, so that's, I would imagine that's exciting for a defense that can do some different things.
Yeah.
Just besides X's and O's, what are the keys for you guys in terms of energy and coming out with everything you've got, you need against, because you know they're going to be fired up to be here?
No, yeah, we for sure need to come out with lots of energy. We need to really capitalize on third down, and we just need to get off the field when we can and get our offense on the field to score.
And trying to think, your last 2 wins, I can't remember how many turnovers you had against Legacy, but I think you have 9 in the other 2 district games. That's been a pretty big thing.
Yeah.
That's taking the ball away. Always makes your offense, give your offense a little bit more time with the ball. So
For sure.
that is 7:30 p.m. Friday at Tiger Stadium. This is Randy Rosetta with HubCityPreps.com. That's been the Tiger Tracks podcast, sponsored by Southwest Bank.